Rangers are gearing up for what promises to be one of the most defining off-seasons in recent years. As the curtain begins to fall on the current campaign, attention is rapidly shifting to the boardroom, where a major takeover looms closer and closer to completion. With the 49ers Enterprises Consortium reportedly on the verge of securing control at Ibrox, a fresh era could soon be dawning in GoFan, one defined by ambition, investment, and crucially change. Former chairman Dave King recently spoke out about the developments behind the scenes, revealing that early conversations about the potential acquisition began roughly 6 months ago. According to him, talks with Andrew Kavanagh, one of the driving figures behind the 49ers Consortium, started informally but soon gained traction. Negotiations, as expected, had their fair share of obstacles, but King now estimates that the deal is about 90% complete. If everything stays on track, the official handover could be finalized by mid-June, ushering in a new chapter for Rangers Football Club. In a formal statement issued last month, the club confirmed that productive discussions are ongoing between current shareholders and the leading members of the consortium, with the aim of not only finalizing a takeover, but also injecting significant capital into the club. This aligns with a shared vision between both parties, one that focuses on long-term strategy, competitiveness, and a modern approach to management. It's the kind of forward-thinking blueprint that fans have been craving for years, especially after watching domestic and European rivals push ahead. But it's not just boardroom dealings grabbing headlines in Glasgow. On the pitch, one name continues to attract growing attention: Hamza Igamane. The Moroccan forward has become one of the breakout stars of the season, and now former Rangers defender Alan Hutton believes his value has skyrocketed to around £20 million. Hutton, who knows the demands of Ibrox better than most, reckons that while Igamane might not be quite ready to walk into a Premier League starting 11, the talent is undeniable and the potential is immense. Igamane only joined Rangers recently, arriving for a modest fee of around $1.7 million, and he's already showing signs of being a real gem. He signed a 5-year deal upon arrival, which puts Rangers in a strong negotiating position if bigger clubs come calling. Hutton was clear a bid in the region of $20 million would be very difficult for the club to turn down, especially considering Rangers' past struggles in capitalizing on peak player value. The club has historically been hesitant or late in cashing in on stars when their stock is at its highest, and that's something many hope will change under the new ownership model. Still, Hutton isn't keen to see Igamane leave just yet. Like many fans, he sees a player who's developing with every game, someone who's getting better technically and tactically with each passing week. And while the jump to England's top flight would undoubtedly accelerate that growth, there's a strong argument to be made that staying at Rangers a little longer would benefit both the player and the club. Beyond the transfer chatter and boardroom maneuvers, there's been no shortage of controversy off the pitch as well. Prior to the recent derby clash with Celtic Rangers, fans unfurled a highly controversial banner in the stands, one that has since sparked a police investigation. The display, organized by the Union Bears, showed a large image of club legend Graeme Souness holding a shotgun, accompanied by the message, "Take aim at the rebel scum." The timing and tone of the banner raised eyebrows across the footballing world and drew immediate condemnation from various quarters. Rangers, for their part, wasted little time in distancing the club from the display. In a strongly worded statement, they acknowledged that the banner had crossed the line and emphasized that their trust-based approach to supporter displays had been breached. The club now says it will reassess how such displays are approved in the future, underlining the need to strike a balance between freedom of expression and upholding the reputation of Rangers Football Club. It's a delicate line to walk. One, that has become increasingly difficult in the modern football landscape, where fan passion sometimes teeters on the edge of acceptability. In response to the backlash, the club's fan advisory board held a meeting with senior Rangers figures to voice their concerns and relay the strong sentiments shared by supporters. According to an update posted by the group, the discussion lasted approximately 90 minutes and covered a range of issues, with the banner incident taking center stage. Minutes from the meeting are expected to be released soon, offering further insight into the club's response and any future steps being considered. While the fallout from the banner continues to unfold, the bigger picture at Rangers remains one of transformation. The involvement of the 49 says was to a 49ers consortium led by figures like Leeds United chairman Parag Marade and health insurance tycoon Andrew Kavanagh signals more than just a shift in ownership. It represents a seismic change in how the club could be run with a focus on commercial expansion, infrastructure development, and sustained European ambition. One of the most eye-catching developments rumored in connection with the takeover is a potential sponsorship deal with global energy drink powerhouse Red Bull. Known for its high-profile involvement in sports worldwide, Red Bull could become Rangers Vui's next shirt sponsor, bringing both prestige and financial clout. Given Red Bull's existing relationships with the 49ers, a partnership at Ibrox wouldn't be out of the question. And the cash injection from such a deal could give Rangers a critical boost as they aim to rebuild and compete more fiercely at home and abroad. But the ambitions don't stop there. A recent report from the Scottish Daily Express claimed that the new ownership group is exploring ways to increase Ibrox's capacity, potentially pushing it well beyond the current 51,600 seats. It's a bold vision, but one that reflects the club's growing fan base and financial momentum. According to football finance expert Stefan Borson, expanding the stadium only makes sense if there's reliable demand to match. And so far, all indicators suggest that there is. From a financial perspective, Rangers have already made notable strides. The club's turnover for the 2022 to 2023 season hit a record £88.3 million, up from £83.8 million the year before. Match day income alone rose to over £43 million, showcasing just how vital the support at Ibrox continues to be. And yet the real game changer remains European competition. As Borson explained, the revenue from Champions League participation far surpasses that of the Europa League or Conference League. If Rangers can find a way back into the continent's elite tournament, it could unlock a new level of financial stability and sporting opportunity. Even doubling commercial income from shirt sponsorship or retail, Borson pointed out, would pale in comparison to the rewards of UEFA competition. Gate receipts, while important, can only go so far. And that's why the long-term blueprint being discussed behind closed doors is so crucial. It's not just about spending money or increasing capacity. It's about building a club infrastructure that can sustain success, not for a season or two, but for the long haul. For the Rangers faithful, the past few years have been a roller coaster. From the highs of title glory to the frustrations of inconsistency, the dream of returning to the very top has never truly gone away. Now, with the 49ers north, the 49ers takeover edging closer to reality, and with bold plans beginning to take shape, that dream might finally be within reach. As all eyes remain fixed on the future of Rangers, the anticipation among supporters is palpable. The possibility of stepping into a new era, one defined by smarter leadership, strategic investment, and a genuine ambition to return to the top of both Scottish and European football, has breathed fresh energy into the club. For a fan base that has endured the extremes of glory and despair over the past decade, this moment feels like a crossroads. And there's a growing sense that the decisions made in the coming weeks will shape the destiny of the club for years to come. The influence of the 49ers Enterprises Group is already being felt in subtle ways, even before any official confirmation of the takeover. The American consortium is known for its analytical approach to sports ownership, bringing a data-driven philosophy from their experience in the NFL and with Leeds United. That mindset could revolutionize how Rangers operate, from scouting and recruitment to commercial strategy and fan engagement. In the modern game, success is no longer driven by passion alone. It demands precision planning and partnerships, and the incoming owners seem intent on delivering all three. There's also an underlying recognition that Rangers need to modernize if they want to consistently compete with their rivals. Celtic, for all their domestic dominance, have set a benchmark in terms of structure and sustainability. To close that gap and eventually surpass it, Rangers must become more than just a club that reacts. They must become a club that anticipates, innovates, and evolves. That means investing wisely, identifying talent early, and creating an environment where players don't just perform, they thrive. The foundations of such a model are already being hinted at, from the emphasis on long-term contracts to the growing focus on youth development. The potential stadium expansion is a perfect example of this forward-thinking vision. While some critics have questioned the need for more seats, the consistent sellouts and rising demand suggest the time is right. More fans in the stands not only means more revenue, but also a louder, more intimidating atmosphere, one that can make Ibrox an even more daunting place for visiting teams. Combine that with the potential financial boost from new commercial deals, and Rangers could soon find themselves with the resources needed to build a squad capable of competing on multiple fronts. But as with all transitions, there will be challenges. Changing the culture of a football club is never easy, especially one with such a proud and storied history. There will be tough decisions to make about players, staff, and even traditions. Not everyone will agree with every move, and the road to improvement is rarely smooth. What matters most, however, is that the club has a clear direction and the courage to stick to it, even when the short-term noise becomes overwhelming. This summer's transfer window will be a major indicator of where Rangers are heading. With Hamza Igamane's name already linked with a big money move, the club's ability to navigate high-pressure negotiations will be tested. Selling at the fee, right time reinvesting smartly, and avoiding past mistakes will be essential. It's not just about who leaves, but who arrives, and what kind of message those signings send. Do they point to a club chasing short-term success or one building something sustainable? One thing is certain: the expectations will be higher than ever. Supporters are desperate to see Rangers challenging properly for the title again, not just in bursts, but over the course of an entire campaign. They want to see progress in Europe, not just participation, but competition. And they want to feel proud of the direction their club is going both on and off the pitch. That kind of pressure is a privilege, but it's also a responsibility that the new leadership will need to embrace. Amidst all the change, what remains constant is the passion of the fans. Ibrox is more than just a stadium. It's a symbol of resilience, identity, and belief. And as the blue sea of Ibrox prepares to rise again, there's a real sense that something special might just be on the horizon. The pieces are starting to fall into place. Now it's time to see if the club has the vision and the resolve to turn potential into power. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. Rangers boss Barry Ferguson has made a bold and potentially divisive call by stating he no longer wants Tom Lawrence in the squad. The news comes as a surprise to many within the Ibrox faithful, with Lawrence having been viewed as a key figure when fit. However, Ferguson, never one to shy away from difficult decisions, has made it clear that the Welsh international doesn't feature in his long-term plans. Sources close to the club suggest that Ferguson's decision stems not from a single incident, but rather a growing sense that Lawrence's style of play and influence in the dressing room no longer align with the direction the manager wants to take. Since taking the helm, Ferguson has emphasized intensity, discipline, and a unified squad mentality. And it appears Lawrence may have fallen short of those standards. It's no secret that Lawrence has had a stop-start spell at Rangers, with injuries hampering his consistency and rhythm. While flashes of brilliance have reminded fans of his quality, they've been far too intermittent for a club with Rangers' ambitions. Ferguson, who captained the side during its dominant years and knows better than most what it takes to wear the shirt, seems unwilling to carry passengers as he rebuilds a side capable of challenging Celtic's recent dominance. The news has sparked debate among supporters. Some argue that Lawrence, when fit, remains one of the most technically gifted players in the squad and deserves another chance under a new system. Others back Ferguson's no-nonsense approach, viewing it as a necessary stance in the pursuit of a more dynamic and resilient squad. Regardless of opinion, Ferguson's message is clear. Sentiment won't dictate selection. With the summer transfer window approaching, Lawrence is expected to seek opportunities elsewhere, and Rangers will look to reinvest in players who fit the manager's vision. The winds of change are blowing through Ibrox, and Barry Ferguson is at the heart of the storm. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.